This is the first chainsaw that I ever bought myself, and I'm gonna cut with it today. So guys, this is the first chainsaw that I ever bought myself, like my own chainsaw, Husqvarna Rancher 450. Now I remember, like, I'll give you the backstory on my chainsaw experience, right? So when I was a child, right, my family had a MS-250. I think my grandpa bought it for us, cutting down trees to clear for pastures and cleaning up trees and stuff. And I don't know, it was like the first chainsaw I ever used, the MS-250. I don't think it was a Wood Boss. And me and my brother were using it one day, and he was cutting trees with it, and I was in the excavator, and he set it down and I ran it over. So that was the end of the MS-250. And we needed a chainsaw to finish the job that day. So we went and told my mom, hey, chainsaw doesn't work anymore. We need a new chainsaw. So of course we got the cheapest thing we could possibly get, and it was a Husqvarna 240. I think we had two of those. They were like 120 bucks at Rural King. So that's what we used for the longest time. And then whenever it was time for me to buy my first chainsaw, I was like, those chainsaws work okay. I'm gonna get another Husqvarna. So I bought this 450 Rancher, and I got it from a guy that I work with, and I think I gave 200 bucks for it. Yeah, several years ago, $200 for it. And I remember when I got it, I thought this thing was the baddest chainsaw on the planet. You know, I've only used like 35cc, residential saws. So a 50cc farm and ranch saw, I was like in love. I was like, man, this thing just eats through the wood. It's awesome. I remember like several times my friends would be like, hey, I got a tree down. You want to come over this weekend and help me cut it up? You know, have a bonfire and stuff. So, hell yeah. I'd go over there and be like, yeah, check this saw out, you know, because they'd have like a Ryobi or a Poulan or something. And this thing, I thought it was so good. And it still is good. And I would use it to cut four-wheeler trails and stuff, because about the time that I bought this is when the ash borer really started hitting hard, and I would go cut four-wheeler trails, and that's kind of when I liked sawing wood. Like I found the love for sawing wood because I would just go out in the woods and clean these trails up with the saw, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty fun. But yeah, anyways, so I had it for a long time, and then I remember when I started to get into firewood several years ago, and I was like, yeah, I got a saw, I'm gonna get a splitter, and I will be set. And you know, I went out cutting, and I think I made it like one full day with this thing of like cutting, you know, to try to cut a lot of firewood to sell, and I was like, it ain't working. Number one, it's just too slow. Like if you're cutting production firewood, you want to make a lot of wood. It'll cut a lot of wood. It's just not going to do it in a hurry. So yeah, I made it one weekend, and I was like, I've got to get something better. And then that's when, yeah, I bought the 545 and 572. And since then, I really haven't used this. Yeah, I haven't cut, like I cut with it today, you guys saw. But since then, I don't know the last time I cut with it, like, you know, several ricks worth of wood. It's been a while. Like I'll get it out every now and then and make a cut, just make sure it still runs. But hadn't run it for a long time. But yeah, overall, like for the money these things cost, like if you buy a used one, I don't know that I would necessarily go spend full price on it and buy a new one, because new ones are like, I don't know, they're probably 500 bucks now, and for 650, 700 bucks, you can get a 550 XP, and a 550 XP is way better than this. But for the price they cost on Marketplace, you can buy one of these nice ones for 200 bucks, and for 200 bucks, pretty tough to beat, you know. They come with like a 20-inch bar, is from what I've seen. Most of them come with 20-inch, and 20-inch is a lot for the saw, especially in hardwood. Like before, I was just cutting ash, and the ash was pretty tight, so it cut okay. But yeah, the only things I've done to this saw is I ported the muffler on it, like cut it open, and I don't know. Interesting though. Whenever I was running it earlier, I, you know, cut probably a rick and a half worth of wood with it, and I brought it inside and set it down, and my brother came in the barn and he says, holy crap, this thing is hot. And yeah, the cap was like super freaking hot. They're not pro saws. Big difference between a farm and ranch saw and a homeowner saw compared to a pro saw. Like I remember whenever I would like do it, like some firewood cutting or whatever, or I had a lot to cut, or I was doing like maybe a side job that I had to cut down some trees, I would use this. But every time I was to do it, I would like think about buying a 550, and I would get on the website, I'm like, oh, they're both 50 cc's, they're both the same weight. What's really the difference? I didn't know, so I never bought one. But yeah, obviously a big difference. So just a little backstory on the saw. Yeah, this thing, I don't use it anymore, and I don't really have intentions to regularly use it really ever again. I'll use it here and there, but it's mainly kind of a nostalgic piece for me. Like my first chainsaw I ever bought, and you know, a lot of things are nostalgic to me, and I'll still sell them because they're worth money. This, it's worth more to me sitting there on the shelf and having as kind of a relic than 150 bucks or whatever I'd get out of it. So yeah, fun times. Cool first saw. We've done a lot since then, and I've learned a lot about chainsaw. So that will do it for this one. You should leave a comment down below and tell me what your first chainsaw was. I'd be interested to know, like, what's the most common first chainsaw to buy. I'm gonna guess it's a Stihl MS-170 or a 250. I think those are like super common chainsaws to buy first time around, or like a Poulan or something. But if you're buying a name brand, 170 or a 250, pretty much everybody has had those. So that'll do it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.